Today is the day that I am show you guys what I do with my composting toilet when the liquids need to be poured out. So come on along. First and foremost, my toilet is also in my shower, which is also my closet, because there are some clothes that I have for work that just don't do well in a cupboard. So the first thing I have to do is slide my toilet over this way so that I can pull it away far enough and out from the wall here far enough that I can lift the entire cover compartment to lift the pee jug out. That's the pee jug down there. This Velcro strap is attached to an eye hook that's back there on the wall. So I loosen this so I can slide the toilet forward, and then I'm able to unlatch this on both sides, lift the lid just enough for me to get this container out. You can see the level of the pee in there right now. It's very important to pay attention to that, because one time this overflowed. Thankfully, it's in the shower where I'm able to rinse it all down. However, it was disgusting. So you can see when I unhook both of those, this slides out as well. Well, my razor's down there. So the reason this is here is there's a constant fan on this toilet. So it's constantly getting air. It dries out the solids and also helps vent any bathroom smells really outside, which is kind of cool, right? So here's what we do. I will show you where this goes. Kind of gross. So a lot of people would wonder if this is super smelly. Obviously, yes, which is why I pour it outside in the clean out pipe at my daughter and son-in-law's house, because to do it in the house is not great because it does smell. It's about time for me to purchase a new container. I've been using this toilet now for a year. I typically have to dump this about once a week, keeping in mind that most of the time I'm at work during the weekday, so most of my, bathroom things are done there. And also, because I'm here at my daughter's house, there's often times that I'm in the house and I'll just use their restroom. So it's not like I'm constantly having to do this, but once a week for sure. And I'm telling you, this comes in super, super handy when I'm on the road and I'm driving somewhere and there's not a bathroom and I've really got to pee, or, the other thing. I mean, honestly, everyone poops and everyone pees, right? And I think all of us at some point or another have had what most of us probably call a poop attack, and you gotta go when you gotta go. So love having a composting toilet, and I'll kind of go through the solids with you here in just a minute, but we're gonna do this first. So I just slip off the cover, and there's usually roaches. It's so gross. I'm covering this up so you guys don't have to see the grossness of it. That's it. I bought these tablets that are called Odor Nuke. Do they help? Yes. Do they completely ward off the odor? No. But, you know, if you have one of these toilets and you're, you know, you do van life or tiny house with composting or whatever, these things actually are pretty great. There's instructions on how many tablets per amount of urine. I usually just drop in 4. And it really does help a lot, actually. But it's not completely, you know, odor eliminating. So once that's done, bring it back in, lift that and drop it in. This gets latched on both sides. And I just tighten it back up. And that's it till the next time. So I'm not gonna open this. You guys don't need to see the inside of my toilet. This lever opens up a hole or a door in there that drops down into the compost part of this toilet. So I use coconut coir. You can use peat moss, but I use coconut coir, and it comes in this really solid brick. So you have to wet it, but not too wet, because the whole point is for the composting is for your solids to basically just dry out. Now I've been using this toilet for a year. In February was a year, and I have changed this out one time. So for me, about every 6 months seems to do the trick. Because again, I'm not using this as my sole location to poop. I have lots of other options. But you might say, when I have cleaned this out, how is that process? Well, I'll let you know. So when it's time to empty the solids, I have to unplug the electric to the fan, which is no big deal. It just comes through the wall, plugs in. It's like a little, almost looks like a headphone jack type thing. So I unplug that, I take it off of the vent tube, I unstrap the Velcro completely, I make sure that the urine is empty because the toilet is heavier with that attached or, you know, in place and full. And then I just take the whole toilet outside. I go near a trash can. So the cool thing, if you will, is this is just like any regular waste, so you can dump it into a garden waste trash can. And there's an agitator in that part of the toilet, so after you go, you just turn that spider lever a few times and it gets mixed into the coconut coir, so it's covered, therefore no smell, and it also then dries out. So the fan is always on exhaust, so it's pulling air out of the toilet, so it just dries. So by the time I go to dump this, it literally smells like dirt, like you're doing your gardening and it smells like dirt. So it isn't disgusting like you would think it was. And some people have said, well, what if you're like sick and, you know, your poop isn't normal or consistent? You can still go in this toilet. If you are sick and you are throwing up, you can throw up in this toilet, and just make sure you agitate it around. It's actually pretty good. It's not a cheap toilet. It's the most popular one on the market. It costs almost $1,000. However, there's nothing mechanical necessarily. If the fan were ever to burn out, it's just a tiny little fan that you can buy, like one that would be inside of your computer housing or something like that. So that can be replaced. I can't get to the electrical in the wall, so fingers crossed that that's never an issue, because tearing all of this out to get at that would be, it would be awful. So it's very straightforward, very simple. Like I said, I'm getting ready to order a new pee jug. There is a cap for that. So if I have ever been somewhere, let's say where I'm not at my daughter's and I need to dump this, either at a campground or whatever, I typically will just put the cap on and put it into a bag, so you can't, you know, I'm not just carrying a pee jug around the campground. I just put it in that, I take it in and I dump it into the toilet, or you can dump it into a porta potty, or if you're out somewhere remote like I was a few weeks ago where I was at Anza Borrego and I actually had to dump my pee while I was boondocking, all you really have to do is just, you can dig a hole and dump it, or you can just find an area that's, you know, kind of far away from any people, for obvious reasons, and just dump it and put it back in. The hole is the better option, obviously. You know, you want to dig it down about 6 inches and then dump it in there and cover it back up. But it's pretty straightforward. Would I do this exact toilet again in my next van build? 100% yes. I really like the simplicity of it. Is it kind of annoying and gross to have to pour your pee out once a week? Now granted, if you had more people in your van, it would occur more often. Well, yeah, I mean, it's not the norm, right? It's not what we've all like been used to, but I've gotten used to it, and he knew that that was going to be something I'd have to do when I was doing this. It is 100% better than not having a toilet in my van, which some people don't. Some people don't have a shower either. I know this seems kind of crazy because I'm in between clothes and all that, but when I take a shower, I just undo these, I lay them across my bed. I leave the toilet in most of the time when I take a shower, because I can sit or stand, or sometimes I take it out if I just want more space. But it comes in handy when I'm shaving my legs in the shower because I can sit down. So that's it. I love the toilet. I give it a total thumbs up, 10 out of 10. Simplicity, ease, no smell whatsoever when I'm traveling. The only time I smell anything is dirt when I'm dumping the poop container, and, you know, old pee when I'm dumping the pee container, but it's not the end of the world. And I guess technically I could put like Vicks Vapor Rub under my nose or whatever, but it's not gross. I don't, you know, get it that close to my face, so not a big deal. Anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. I know that since I built my van, I haven't like gone through a bunch of the ins and outs, and I thought it was just time that I get back, you know, get back on getting videos for you guys to watch. If you're curious, then I think you might find it interesting. You might find it disgusting. You might go absolutely 100% not for me, or you might think, yeah, I could probably do that myself. Let's just say I haven't had to dump anyone else's pee except my grandkids. When they're with me, obviously they're using the toilet as well. But like I said, I'm not touching anything. And the time that you're actually smelling it, sorry, there was a mosquito that came in, is very short-lived, so not a big deal. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take care. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.